Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Blink Shop, and I am here continuing the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge, and this is the second video, and we're just going to go ahead and coffee dye, actually not coffee dye, but prepare the pages for the signature. I decided to use coffee earlier, but I kind of refrained from it. I'll show you a lot of my failures that I did, and it's not a failure actually. I'm just going to not use those paper on my signatures. I'm just going to use them as embellishments and tags and pockets or something like that. But they didn't work out as well as I thought them out. I planned them, and then they just kind of offset my mood. It took like a whole week for me to finally figure out what I want to do, and that's why it kind of took me a whole bunch of time to upload this second part. So what I've done here is I've taken this paper. It's from the big drawing book or sketch pad that you get at Dollar Tree. It's the big one, and I forgot to take it with me. Hopefully it's underneath my table and I can get it from there. Yeah, I found it right here. So here, this big art pad or paper pad, it is the one that is 18 by 12 inches, and it has 30 sheets. And what I have done here is I've taken out 5 sheets from this out of the 30, and I have cut them to the size for my journal. So this was cut down to 10 inches by 6, and so it is 10 inches in length and 6.5 inch if you like fold it in half. This is 6.5, and then if you open it, it's 13 inches straight. So that's what the measurement I've taken, but it depends on what size journal you're making. So that's that. And then I'm going to take this eyeshadow pack that you get at Dollar Tree and some of these makeup brushes from Dollar Tree. Lot of them, I have seen a lot of videos of everyone using these as the blending tools. Some of the blending tools, they actually look like this, and I've seen a lot of people use these as blending tools. So I decided to give it a try, and I had them handy at home, so I decided why not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through my palette. You can see it's all messy. I am not taking any specific color. I'm just going through all of it randomly. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to the edges. I hope the edges are picking up on the paper. And I'm just going to go ahead and take some more, because I know it's not coming up on the paper yet. And I'm just going to give it a good brush. And that's what I'm going to do on all the 4 corners, like all the 4 sides. And I'm not worried about the lightness or the darkness of the color, because eventually it's all going to blend together, and it's going to look as if there's some kind of distress done on it, and that's what look I'm going for. I really like this palette. It has all the neutrals of the coffee color, plus it has some red and some white and stuff, everything mixed, so it just kind of blends in everything. And it also looks like some coffee color, coffee spread out on the paper. So that's what I'm doing on all 4 sides at first. As I was mentioning, I'm using 6 pages of the same kind in my journal. So there will be 6 sheets of these art pad paper. So I used 3 for one journal, actually not 5. I'm sorry, I got confused. My math is not that good. Okay, So now that I have the edges done, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up the powder from here and then just go round inside and just go round and round. I hope everything's getting covered. Sometimes I go off frame. And I'm just going to go round and round here and blend everything, all the powder that's here. I'm just going to blend it in. And yes, initially it takes a few minutes to dry out. So if you touch it like right after you have done putting the eyeshadow on the paper, it'll come on your hand, but I'm okay with it. If you're not okay with it, you can use something else to distress it, like some other way. You can always use there's out there are so many ideas to distress paper for this junk journal, and they're so beautiful. I was just like in love with them and I wanted to try all of them, but my book is my journal is not that big, so it's not going to what can say, it's not going to fit all the ideas into one journal. But I'm making 4 of them, so maybe I'll use different ideas for the next journal. So for this one, now that I've done doing the distress in the middle, I'm just going to go ahead and lightly just gently rub my fingers over the over the eyeshadow, just to blend it in completely and remove the excess powder so it doesn't keep on coming lifting up when you're using the journal or actually journaling in it. So yeah, so that's about it, and that's what I'm going to do on the back side too. I'm not sure if I want to bore you guys with doing the repetitive work, but let me just go ahead and do some of it, and then I'll just go ahead and do it offline and show you how it looks like. So yeah, just that's about it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this offline and come back and show you how it looks like. Okay, so I got this done on the second side too, and then what I do is I take my Sharpie and then I just give a border or a design on the edges of all 4 sides. So for this one, I'm going to just do I don't do like anything complicated, just simple random doodling. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this. So I'm just going to make this wavy line right here. And I might go out of the frame. And I'm just going to do that on all 4 sides first. I'm just going to wait. And I hope I'm still in view because I'm not moving my camera. And I'm not worried about the randomness or the, I'm not even like measuring anything like from each side. I'm not even keeping it equal. Just the way my hand flows, I just keep on working with it. So okay, and then just to give it more spice, I'm just going to make some circles at a few distance. And again I have to keep saying, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but at the end I'm going to show you everything perfectly. Hopefully I am able to show you guys, but not doing it. That's why I said I'm not doing any complicated designs. And one more thing, I'm really a very beginner for this journaling thing. I am not I'm just so beginner. It's like I don't even know like how to explain it, that how much of a beginner I am. And I bought all this stuff, a lot of stuff. If you haven't seen my haul video for Dollar Tree junk journal, I bought a whole bunch of things and I was so overwhelmed. I mean, I did try out a lot of different ideas, but then I just decided to scrap it all because it was just making me not right. It did not set right in my head. So I just kind of scrapped everything and just decided, you know what, less is more. Let me just take a few things and work with it. And since I'm making 4 different journals, I will end up using some or the other item. I might end up using most of the items considering it's 4 journals, and they all 4 are not going to be different. They will be identical, but most of the like the signatures and stuff like that would be a little bit different in it. So I might end up using most of the items, but for the first one that I was doing, I just didn't want to overwhelm myself. I did end up overwhelming, so I scrapped everything and I decided, you know what, just start with very less items. So yeah, that's about it. This page is complete, and this is how it looks like. Okay, and this is one side, and then on the back side I did this different design. And I know Sharpie is kind of because this art pad is too thin, the paper is too thin, it kind of brings the other side design on this side, but I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me much. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so let's move on to doing the second paper from my signature. Alright guys, so the second paper that I'm using is the craft paper. You get this craft paper roll at Dollar Tree, and I had gotten this paper for a completely different reason. I did not get it for my junk journal. I got it for something else, and I did have it at home, and I decided to use the craft paper from it since I got it from Dollar Tree. So I cut down again these craft paper, again the same size. The length is 10 inches by 6.5 here. So if you open the paper, it's 13 inches, so 10 by 13. And for the craft paper, what I'm going to do is I have made this two shimmers. This is gold shimmer. This one is not Dollar Tree product. I had a gold pearlescent gold powder at home, so I had this made up for something else, so I'm just using it. And then this one I made it with the eyeshadow from Dollar Tree, so using the eyeshadow from Dollar Tree. And here's the eyeshadow right here, the LA Colors light eyeshadow, and it's I didn't even look at the color. It just says shimmering loose, and it says radiant, BES 404 radiant. So I use this color. It is not that strong, honestly. It just it doesn't it shimmers, but it puts out more water than the spray itself. So alright, sorry, my family just came from out, and I sit in the garage, so they kind of saw me and they had questions, so I had to cut it off. So anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to start spraying. What I am going to do is I'm going to start spraying with this gold pearlescent spray that I have made, and I'm just going to give it a generous splash. I know it's a lot of water to hold for the craft paper, but it dries up pretty well. I've already done the experiment. And one thing to remember is that it doesn't give out that bold of shimmer. You have to really pay attention to see the shimmer. And then now I'm just going to take this eyeshadow shimmer spray that I've made, and I'm just going to put it up on it because I just wanted to mix it and cover it all completely. And that's what I'm going to do on the back side too, but I will have to wait it out because to let it dry for some time, and then I will spray the back side and show you guys how it looks like. While this one is drying, I have another paper ready to go, and I will show you guys what kind of decoration I am doing on it. But let me go ahead and clean up my mat first, and then I'll show you how I decorate my papers. So this is one of the other papers that I have made previously. It's all dried and everything, and I made this design on the side, and that's what I'm going to do on the corner here. And to make that design, I'm using the Dollar Tree dotting tool right here. And this also I have had for a long time. I've had it for a long time, and again I lost my black paint. You know what, when you are disorganized as much, I found it. So I'm using the watercolor black paint from Dollar Tree. if you're as disorganized as I am, please leave me a comment below, because I am super disorganized. I always lose stuff even though they're right in front of my eyes. So I am just taking a little bit of color on this handy dandy cap that I found lying around in my house. I'm just adding a little bit of water and mixing it up. I'm just trying to keep it I'm not trying to make it too watery, just a little bit so it flows a little. Alright, so here is my paint ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush and dip the back of my brush into the paint. And then I'm going to come down cross from here a little bit into the center. And I'm just going to make a big circle with it. I'm trying to make the similar design. It cannot be exactly the same because it was freehand design, but I'm trying to keep it the same. So here I've made a big circle. Now we're going to drop off the paintbrush, and I'm going to take my dotting tool and I'm just going to make 8 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make dots between each of the 2 dots that I've made here, like a mandala, dot mandala. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos. I try to watch videos for everything craft related or art related. So I'm going to make these dot mandalas right here, a very small one, and I'm not a professional in it too. You know what, you can call me a jack of all trades. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and do the dots in between the 2 dots. Okay, and I think I'm going to do one more round and make it. And the more pressure you give, the bigger the dot it will be. And as you can see, this one is bigger than the one on the other side because sometimes I lose track. Okay, so that is it. And then I'm going to go back and grab my paintbrush, and I lost my cloth, but I'm going to grab my paintbrush and I'm going to make small leaves, freehand my leaves right here. And remember, there's no right or wrong in painting. It's always going to look pretty at the end. And I learned it a very hard way, okay? It took me years and years to figure out that I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to be something that I liked. And now I finally have come to terms that nothing looks bad, okay? Even if I make mistakes. So let me go ahead and finish this offline, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks like. So I'm also going to be using construction paper as a part of my signature, and I'm not going to do like any kind of distress or anything on the construction paper because I just want to keep the color. Since my signature is not that colorful, I'm just trying to keep the color, and that is the main reason why I used the construction paper as a part of my signature. So what I'm going to do on the construction paper is add some flowers made out of the book page. So for that, I'm going to cut the book page in half, and I'm going to do a messy work. And let me just tell you, this is not my idea. I saw it up on YouTube on one of the most, I love her personally as a junk journal artist. Her name is Joy DeFee, and I'll leave her video. I will leave her link to the video in the description where she makes this flower, and I still cannot make it as perfect as she can, but I try my best. So I'm just going to make a square out of the paper, and then we are just going to fold it in half. I sometimes still don't remember how to make it. And then then you touch it on here. So this way you take the paper, then you take this end and bring it down here to the 1/3 and touch it there. Okay, and then crease it. Then you take this end and fold it in half right here. Okay, and then you take this part and you flip it over and fold it on the back. I know I haven't given you the best tutorial on this flower, but I will leave her link in the description for you guys to check out, because she gives a beautiful explanation for that. And you know what, I'm just going to take my bigger scissor for this, and I am going, and then you're just going to cut out, and because I want to make a small flower, I'm just going to cut it out from here. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit straight, and then at the end I'm just going to give it a dip right here. And I'll open it up and see if it is up to my liking. If the dip is not up to my liking, so I'm just going to refold it. I think it is like that. And I'm just, hold on, messed it up again. Okay, maybe like this. No, hold on one second. All right, so like I said, this is not my pattern, and I had to look up the video again to make this flower. I will definitely leave her link in the description for you guys to check out. I still haven't made it that perfect like she does, but it is what I like. I mean, I'm okay with it. Okay, it's not 100%. I had to make another one because this one kind of I messed up and it was now folding back again. So I have two now. I might use both of them just to not waste it. So yeah, let me go ahead and figure out how many more I want to make, and then we'll go ahead from there and design the start designing the construction paper. Okay, so what I did here is, since I took the orange construction paper and I cut a circle. It doesn't look like a circle, but it's a circle. Let's consider it a circle. And I pasted it on the flower. And now what we are going to do is we are going to take our glue and stick the flower onto the construction paper. If the glue decides to come out, that is, okay. Okay, so here I am going to glue it a little bit inside, not too much in the corner, giving myself some space around here. Okay, and then next I'm going to take this stencil sheet from Dollar Tree, and you can see it has been well used. I have had it for a long time, and I do a whole bunch of craft projects. I have another channel where I do a whole bunch of craft projects, which channel kind of I abandoned. I don't even know why I abandoned. I was too busy. But what I'm going to do is since my theme for this journal is flower, I'm going to take do stencil outlining for a couple of flowers on the side, and hopefully, yeah. Okay, so we'll take some more black color, the same one, the watercolor black from Dollar Tree, and I removed too much of it. And we'll take my paintbrush and just make it a little bit watery, not too much watery. Since all these paper are very thin, so I don't want the watercolor to be too watery. Okay, that's the irony of life. Watercolor, not too watery. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple of flowers here. So one of them I'm just going to do it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to touch the border of the stencil. I think I need a little bit of more water. I'm just giving it strokes and trying not to touch the border of the stencil. And then I'm just going to lift it up slowly. And this is how it looks like. It kind of messed up a little bit here. But like I mentioned, we can always fix things. Okay. And like I said, nothing needs to be perfect when you're doing art. Okay. And I can even like make it a little bit rounded, just so that they all look even. I don't even know why I did stencil. I could have done this with my hand, but since I used stencil, I'm going to do stencil on the other side too and use some other flower because this one did not give me a good effect. Okay, let's do this big one here. I try not to touch it, but I still keep touching it because I like breaking the rules. Okay, so when you touch the border of the stencil, it will seep out. It is watercolor, it is watery. Even though I did not put too much water, it's still watery. So breaking rules is one thing, you know, I enjoy breaking rules, and art is all about your imagination and breaking rules. Okay, I think this one will come out better. I hope so. Better than the first one. Let's see. Voila, it did come out better. I really like this one more than the last one. Okay, so here are my flowers done. I'm going to let them dry and then come back and show you what I'm going to do next. Alright, so I let this thing dried up and I'm still speculating whether I want to add more flowers or not. 99.99% I'm going to add more flowers, but till I make up my mind, I decided to go ahead and make the leaves. So I've taken a strip of green construction paper and this was a scrap that I had lying around, and I'm just going to fold it in half and then cut in the middle. And I'm going to only show you one leaf on camera, but I made four. I'll make 4 of them. So I'm folding it in half again, and I'm just going to freehand the leaf since I am not wanting it to be perfect. I'm just going to cut it freehand. But if you guys are worried about you know, not making it freehand, and if you want it to be perfect, you can always draw and make it. I'm okay with it, and see, even with this cut is fine with me. So the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to make the wing. So here's my leaf, and like I said, I don't like perfection, so even this cut down here is okay for me. If you guys want to make it perfect, you can go ahead and draw it and cut it out, and that'll be fine too. So now let me move this aside. I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm just going to make one leaf, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the veins for the leaves, and I'm just going to make it like kids draw leaves and they make veins. I'm not going to do any intricate details, and I'm just going to make it like how kids do. Like I said, it's a fun project and it's a fun part for me too. So just a simple leaf right here. So I'm going to make 4 such leaves, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do next on the construction paper for decoration. Alright, so all my leaves are ready here, and all my 4 leaves are ready. I'm already ready to go for the next step, but I forgot to show you the leaves. So here are all my 4 leaves ready, and that's what I'm going to use them on this. But before I do that, I decided I want to add more flowers because it looked really simple and plain. So I'm just going to add a little bit of more flowers, a couple of flowers here and there. And make sure you don't use too much water on construction paper, it will soak up and become really soggy. So just some flowers, maybe one more here, up here. Okay, a really small one. And maybe one here, but it's about to, I need to let it dry a little bit. Maybe I can make this one, although let's make this one. Okay, and I really enjoyed stenciling. Sometimes when you really don't feel like drawing, stenciling can be an easy way out. And Dollar Tree has, I have been collecting Dollar Tree stencils for a long time, and I have a whole collection. Although I'm not going to use all of them, but I think this is enough. And I have a lot of stencils I've collected over the years, and Dollar Tree is really good place to find some good finds. Sorry guys, my son just came up. We are doomed. Our sugar's over for the house, but I'm sorry. He's crazy. Okay, so I think this is enough flowers. I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll come back and show you how we are going to finish decorating this page. So it's dry. This is dried up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the leaves onto the paper. And if I put a lot of blob of tacky, I just kind of spread it out, because again construction paper is too thin and it becomes really soggy. So, and I'm okay with it going a little bit onto the flower, because not everything is like perfectly aligned, you know, but it's still perfect in nature and in art. Okay, and then I'm going to put another of my small leaf here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my two big leaves and place it in the corner. And it takes most of the page, but I think I'm not going to do anything on this side, so there'll be a lot of journaling space left. So, and then I'm just going to let this leaf bend a little bit over here. Okay, so when you fold it, it'll bend over a little bit. And I lost my cloth. Oh well. I'll be right back, guys. I lost my cloth. Sorry, I'm really disorganized today. I have a lot of things going on. So these leaves are attached. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie, and I'm just going to make lines attaching, like branches attaching these leaves. I mean these flowers and these leaves up here. And I'm just going to add more. Okay, and something like this, and then just add a little bit of leaves here. And same thing on this side. I am going to attach it. And I hope I'm in the picture still, you know. Sometimes I lose track of it, but we can just, and this is a plant or something, so it's not going to be growing exactly like uniform or something, so you can just draw lines how you wish. You can even not draw these whole bunch of things, but it would look really pretty and it would bring everything together. And I'm not even working that hard to make it look prettier. And then we can just color up these leaves a little bit to give it a little bit of effect. And I'm making a mess here, and I'm not coloring it completely, just a little bit, you know. And as you can see, I have not made any perfect leaves. I've just done some random leaf shapes. Okay, and that's about it, guys. One more here and one more there. And then oh yeah, and then one more thing I forgot. We can do some decoration on this flower too, because now that we have done so much around it, it has lost its emphasis. So we are just going to like make a circle, make some, we'll just work with the Sharpie and do some design to make sure that it's seen, it doesn't lose its centerpiece. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. I can also maybe give it an outline. I know that there's no outline in nature, but we can always do outline. I like outlines. And I'm doing it on the flower itself and not on the construction paper. So it is like a border. Okay, so that's it. And then I have some sequins that I have collected over the years from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to take like a couple of them, 4 to be precise. So one is definitely going to this big flower and not this much, that's too much glue. And these are cup sequins, so these will just go on top here. I put it here, and the cup side will be up and the flat side will be touching the paper. And then here, see a dot of glue lasts the whole page. Okay, and maybe we can do one, actually yeah, actually that's enough. Actually, I don't want to do it on the small flowers, because then this one it won't fade, and then this one and this one, nah, too much. So that's enough. So that's about it, guys. This page is ready. We will work on the inside now once this is dried. So I decided that while the other construction paper one is drying out, we did this paper was drying out earlier, and we did the spray of the gold shimmer and the eyeshadow on it. It dried up, and I decided I'm going to show you what I want to do on this one. And again, I'm going to use the Dollar Tree stencil. So I'm going to use the bird stencil this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this sitting bird here. And again, like I said, do not touch the edges of the stencil. I'm a really beginner for this junk journal process, so doing any kind of painting is a different story, but making the junk journal and planning it out is a process for me. So that's the reason why it takes me so much thinking, because if I have to make a painting, that's a different story. I could easily do it, but not the junk journal part So here is my bird, and I need to remove some of the excess paint from my brush. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a branch to make it look like the bird is sitting onto the branch, and then a little bit here, and let me just move it this way because no, I can't. I'm trying to figure out, even though it's on my side, because the camera is right in front of it, I can't move the paper much. I'm trying to find a position where you guys can see something other than my hand, okay? So here I'm just making this branch, and then I'm just going to get something out of here. Okay, and then it'll go out here, okay, and then something like this. And then just because this is the branch it's sitting on, I can make it like a little thicker, and then just a little bit thinner from here. Okay, and then just add a little bit of leaves. I hope it's not my hands are not covering again. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. And as you can see, nothing is perfect in my painting too, because even though I can paint a little bit, I am not an expert. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit, not too much, although I did too much. Okay, so that's about it. And I just want to add something here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it looks complete. And okay, so let me think if I want to add something more or not, and then I'll come back. Alright, so I decided to leave it the way it is. I'm not even going to do anything here because I have in mind to put a pocket up here. So I'm leaving it the way it is. So just this part down here for the stenciling, and that's it. And then for this page, I did a bird that's flying. So it kind of matches up to a story that this bird is sitting on a branch and then looking at the bird flying up in the sky. I hope you guys can see this. So you can see that the bird is flying, and again I'm going to leave this area blank since I'm going to put another pocket here or something else. So this page is mostly done. I'm not sure if I want to do anything on the back because I want to leave some space for journaling too. So or maybe just add some more pockets here. So I don't want to add too much, or else there'll be no space to write anything or journal anything. So this is the page, it's done. And let's go back to the construction paper work that we were doing. Okay, so this one has dried up, and it's the front page of the construction paper. And then I'm going to open it up, and I got these blank note cards. If you have seen my haul video, I got this blank note cards from Dollar Tree. And what I've done here is, I'm not going to sit and cut and bore you guys with that, but I've already cut like pieces of these note card. And as you can see, I've taken this border on the edge and then fuzzy cut it and mounted it on a green construction paper, and I'm going to make a pocket out of this. And then I've taken these flowers right here, which are upside down, and because I want to place it on my right hand side page, I want to put it here, down here. So I'm going to flip it upside down so the orange is down and the pink is up. Okay, and then I've just taken this piece from here, I think it's like this part from here, and made a tab out of it, so I can just make a tab up here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue all of them. And don't worry, sorry guys, my dog is barking. My husband is taking him for a walk, so he's excited because whenever he sees people, he's not trained yet, so whenever he sees people, he's kind of just gets excited. So I'm just going to glue this in L shape so that I can have a corner pocket right here. So just in L, I'm trying to take off the excess glue. I don't want it too much, and I'm going to place it right here. Oh, and my dog is just 8 months old, but he's huge. Okay, so they sound like they're adult dogs, but they're really tiny. So right here, my pocket is done. Okay, and then let's go over here and attach this pocket down here. I know it's smaller than my page size, but I like it that way because sometimes when it's exact to the size, it's hard for folding. So I'm going to apply glue, and I have been going off center a whole bunch, I know. Oh wow. Okay, I'm just applying it a little by little, and then I'm just going to spread it with my fingers because, like I said 100 times in this video already, construction papers don't like too much watery stuff or gluey stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to take off the excess and whatever excess is here, and then I'm just going to place it in the center, eyeball it. I'm not going to worry about the exact positioning, but I want it touched to the bottom, flush to the bottom, and centered a little bit. Okay, so that's my pocket. I'm going to let it dry because I don't want it to come off. And then I'm just going to place the tab in this way. So I'm just going to add some glue here that I already have on my hand so much. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here, and this should be enough glue. I don't want to put too much glue. So I know it's white and you can't see, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just putting glue on the edge here, and that's my tab. And I have no idea why I decided to make a tab, but I did, and here I am. Okay, and so this is done for this page. I don't, because I'm just going to leave this page blank since the leaf is falling over here. I'm going to leave this page blank, and my inside is all done, and the front of my construction paper is all that we decorated together. So now that I promised you that I had actually I forgot to tell you guys what happened is that I had made this one, and I was doing this online, I mean like on camera with you guys, and I was like saying a whole bunch of things, and then when I ended and finished everything, I looked into my phone and I looked at it, and it was like, oh, nothing got recorded. So it's a little bit different. I've used a little bit of different flowers and little bit of different positioning. Also, to add a little bit of texture, I have done some embroidery for the branches, and to give some more texture to it. And it's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. And the flower is the same. I made it the same way that I showed you. So this was the first one that actually I showed you on camera, and then just I ended up making this one. So, and then on the inside I changed it up a little bit too. So like I was saying, I did hand embroidery here, so I made a bigger pocket right here with the note card that I showed you. I have a different note card pack right here, again from Dollar Tree. I got this note card, and I fuzzy cut the sunflower and I stuck it here as a side pocket, and I have started making some tags too. So I'm just going to show you, like, you can just put a tag right here. And this bird down here, I was on call with USPS regarding some issues with my Etsy order, and this one actually, it came from this Dollar Tree bubble bottle that I got for my son, bubble solution bottle, and it's the inside paper that you have. And I was sitting and talking to them on phone, and I drew this, and then I ended up sticking it here because it looked cute. And then on this side I made again a corner pocket. Again, I'm just going to use my, because I only have made one tag, but you can place something here on top, tuck some notes or something, and then I gave it a little tab here. So it's kind of similar, because I'm going to make two flower journals. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. It's a little bit different. So yeah, so this is the paper, and I think that's about all of it. I am going to show you a flip through of all my papers and signatures in the journal, and we'll look at them. And before we move on to that one, I want to show you some of my failures that I've made, but I'm not going to consider them as my failure because they are going to be used as my I'll use them as my decorations, embellishments, tags, or something like that. I've made, that's why it took me so much time to make these, but I made, this is like those ruled paper, let me pull it out, ruled papers from Dollar Tree that I got. Let me go ahead and pull them out actually. Hold on one second, I found them. I have a lot of mess on my table. I need to clean my table. Okay, so here are some of my failures, that actually some of the lot of my failures, and I had to cut them out, the good part that I really liked and which I can use for embellishments or tags or something. So I used this coffee to dye the paper, and then I used my stamp on it with the red watercolor on it. And then same here, this was the legal paper that I got at Dollar Tree, and then these are the ruled papers that you get at Dollar Tree. And again, I used some coffee dye and some green paint, mixed it up and did some swirls. I like the effect of the paper, but it did not fit perfectly for the size of journal that I was making. And then I did some coffee stamps on here with that, the stamp is right here, with this flower stamp, wood flower stamp that I had found a long time ago at Dollar Tree. So yeah, this is the one. And then on the back side I have just done coffee dye. And then this one I gave a plaid pattern with the watercolors, again I found at Dollar Tree. And I did some coffee spray on this one and added some yellows on here. This on both the sides I have done the coffee dye, coffee spray with the spray bottle here, and it's gone bad. And again here I've done some yellows and orange and added some coffee spray. Oh, and also I used food colorings that I found at Dollar Tree, which I was looking for everywhere. And here again I did some designing on the legal paper. So these are some of my failures. Like I'm going to use them up, but what I was going to do is I was going to use this paper for my signature, but I had to scrap out the whole idea of it. So I will definitely use this since I worked on them so hard. You can also see the holes right here. If you can see the holes that I already had made the signature, but it didn't pierce properly, and it was a whole mess, and it kind of took my mood away from even doing this challenge. So I had to give myself a couple of days and come back to it. So yeah, so these are my failure papers, but not considering it failures, and I'm going to use it as a part of my journal for embellishments. So the next thing I want to show you is some of the pockets and stuff that I had made. I have made, actually, not had made, from the book that I'm planning to use in this in my journal, in my junk journal. And these are not enough for all 4 of them, so I'm definitely going to make more. And I'm not going to do any kind of tutorials for these because these are not my original patterns, so I'm not going to do like any tutorial for this. I just have looked up a lot of junk journal videos, and I found these ladies, amazing ladies, who do a whole bunch of these ideas, and I really enjoy watching them, and I just picked up ideas from them. So this is one of the pockets. It'll fold over on a paper like this, and then I'll open it up, and I've done a little bit of stamping. And then I use Dollar Tree coloring books to make a corner pocket. And then like you can see, I already had stuck it on the legal pad, and then I had to cut it off because I scrapped the whole idea of the book. And then I did this corner pocket, which is a double corner pocket, and again I had stuck it on this page. It was a drawing pad paper, and I took it off, and I might glue this together, and then it'll just be like 1 and 1, so 2 place. And then this one is just simple pocket right here inside, and then that one I had stuck it on the envelope, and I had to remove it out too. So a lot of these I removed it from my previous journal that I was making, and I had to scrap the idea. You can see I made a flower here, and it's okay. I'm happy though. It's a corner pocket. This is a 3 corner pocket, and then right here. And all these paper I've used from Dollar Tree coloring books. I had these all handy. I did not purchase it specially for this project, and this is the same one as the previous one right here. And again, this one is the same as the previous one, and then this one is a simple pocket. And like you can see, I have also made that same bird on here as the one that we made in today's in this craft paper. It's a similar one. It looks different because I get nervous, or I can't move my hand on camera that well, so it changed a little bit. And then this one again is the flip pocket. It probably will be like this, and then we flip like this. So those are my pockets, and then I'm going to set my signature all together, and then come back and show you how my signature looks like. Alright, so here is the signature that I have made for my first journal. I know we are still waiting to see how I made the cover. So this is the signature, and then we'll go ahead and see what's coming up next. So let's do a flip through, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is my first page, my second page, third page. It's not much, it's empty right now because I'm going to add the pockets and everything still. Some of them I have added, but this was like the failure one that I was telling you about, and I added the whole thing, and I had already put this pocket on it, so that's why I just put it all together. And then this is the first construction paper, the orange one. I showed you the yellow, this one is orange. And then this is just the computer paper you get at Dollar Tree. I haven't done anything to it since it already has the design. And then this one we made together today. And then this, and again this is the failure one again, and I had the pocket on it, so I just cut out the paper and then put a side pocket, let it be the way it was. And then this page we made together, again the computer paper. And then this paper we did, and then this is the paper that I didn't do it, it didn't record, and that's what I am using it for my first journal. For my second journal I'm going to use the second one. So here, and then this one is again I've used the bird stencil, and then I just used the glitter glue from Dollar Tree to make this whale. Kind of messed it up here, put my flip-flop on it when it was drying on the floor, but that's okay. And then this one is again one of my failed papers, but I've just added it here for more additional look. And again this one, and then this is again the computer paper. and we are just going to flip it all the way around, and it's just going to be the same thing, but some of them might have, like this one has the corner pocket here, the construction paper, and this we did together. So that's about it. I've kept it very simple this time, nothing complicated. And then on this orange one I did some flower work up here, the same way I showed you how to make a flower. I've used the same way, and I will remember to put Joy Defee's video in the description for you guys to check out how she makes, because she shows amazingly. I can't show the way she does. And this is again the failure one. It continues the pocket here. That's about it, guys. That's my signature for my first journal. In the next video we are going to look at what ephemeras and tags and all those stuff, and stick the pockets onto the signature together, and what kind of ephemeras and tags I'm making. We'll do that together on the next video. I'm sorry this one came out so late, but the next one I'll post it faster. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it became a little bit long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave me a comment how you liked my signature idea, and what would you have done differently. Leave me a comment what I could have done differently, what would have made it look better. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to follow me in my junk journal challenge. Please do hit the subscribe button. I will look forward to you guys commenting, and give me a thumbs up if you really liked it. And if you did not like it, still give me a thumbs up and leave me your suggestions in the description. It's my very first journal, so I am just a newbie, I'm just a beginner. So please, I request you guys to leave me a comment and your suggestions. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.